What's going on, everyone? Talon here, and welcome to another account progression video. Okay, so we're going to be getting another tier 2 today, and it's going to be Hulk. So, we just got his Ragnarok uniform, and I must say, Hulk is finally up to par of where he should be right now, or at least how he should be in the game. He's finally getting the power boost that he needs with this uniform. I'm really liking this uniform. It's got some good skill changes, gives him some iframes, gives him additional invincibility, and also it kind of changes around his passive a little bit, so his healing factor is a little bit different, which is quite nice actually, because now it doesn't rely on him getting hit to heal. It's just below a certain HP threshold. So let's go ahead and take a look at Hulk here before we tier 2 him. If we go here and check this out, we have max ignore defense. We're almost there for skill cooldown, 48%. I could just give him an Uru to cap that out, because I don't have any Uru on him at the moment. His crit rate is pretty good at 43%. I do like that. 148 for crit damage, so he's sitting pretty nice there as well. So overall, he looks pretty good so far with his stats. I'm quite happy with that. And then if we go over here and check, I do have crit rate rolled as the additional stat here, so I could change that to skill cooldown as well to get that last 2%, but it's a little bit of overkill because then I'll be a little above the cap, so I went with crit rate here because it'd be easier to just pop on an Uru. And then as for his skills, I do have the 5th skill leveled up all the way to get that additional chance to pierce the super armor and barrier effect. It goes up to 50%, as you can see at max. And then also the skill change with the uniform, he does get 100% chance for all damage immunity when he uses the skill for 5 seconds, which will pretty much last the full duration of the skill because it is kind of a longer animated skill. Besides that, you don't really need to level up any of his other skills. And then here is the 4-star passive that changed with the uniform as well. So below 80% HP, he recovers 2% max HP over 5 seconds. And then he gets an increase to all attack, all speed, and crit rate. And that is also for 5 seconds. And it's on a 7-second cooldown. So you can pretty much always have this active. If you stay below 80% HP, you're just going to have a 2-second downtime window between the procs. So let's go ahead and check out the ISO 8 here. We have Overdrive on him, a nice attack-based set. I do like having the extra damage there. Then his obelisk, I still don't have anything too special right now for an obelisk for him. I just went with a recovery rate obelisk, and then we have a little bit of ignore defense, and then a very small heal when he's below 50% HP, which kind of synchronizes pretty well with his passive, so it does help keep him alive. But I'm trying to roll for something right now with the high recovery rate and then invincibility on it is probably what I'm going to end up with, because he's going to be more used for PvP for me. But he does do a lot of damage with this uniform, so it can be used in other game modes as well, but even with the invincibility, he should still perform quite well in the other game modes. So now let's go ahead and get around to advancing him to tier 2. So we're going to get Gamma Overload, and then we're going to get from that, decrease all damage received by 35%. Very nice right there. 35% is a very good amount of damage reduction. Then we are going to get Super Armor, all defense up by 15%. And I'm very happy that we have Super Armor here because I was trying earlier to roll Guard Break Immune Obelisk for him before I even read his tier 2 here. So now I don't have to get the Guard Break immunity, which is really nice. And then we also have increased skill damage by 32% and bonus damage by 15%. So he gets a nice boost in his damage as well. And then also it's going to enhance the effects of Enrage, his 4-star passive. So let's go ahead and get him to tier 2. Alright, there we go. So now Hulk has been added to my tier 2 roster. Quite happy with that. So now let's go ahead and back out here. Yep, Hulk Smash. So let's go ahead and see the change to his passive here. So now it is when he is below 90% HP, and it now is a 3% recovery over 5 seconds. So that is really nice. Just that extra 1% is going to be quite noticeable. And then he also gets a boost to his all attack, all speed, and crit rate every time this procs. And now, as you can see, this is going to be active whenever he's below 90% HP, because 5-second cooldown and it lasts for 5 seconds, so it's just going to refresh every time as long as you're below 90%, so that's quite powerful. He's just going to be healing pretty much continuously, kind of like Wolverine's heal factor, something like that. Gwenpool's and Mantis are similar, except they do have some downtime between their heals. But yeah, so he's going to be quite tough to kill. So now that we have him at tier 2, let's go ahead and try him out a little bit. Okay, so here we have today's preferred world boss, which is regular Thanos. So we're going to go ahead and take Hulk in against him. We're just going to be using the classic Hulk team up here. So we have She-Hulk, Cho, and of course Hulk. We're just going to use Hulk's leadership. We could use She-Hulk, but we're just going to go ahead and showcase Hulk today. So we'll use his 30% physical leadership. And then of course, since we just freshly tier 2'd him, we are going to go in without strikers. So we'll see how Hulk does here, but of course Thanos is going to be able to debuff his super armor, so we probably will get guard broken a few times here, so that's probably not going to showcase his real fighting style, because Thanos is pretty much the only one that's going to be able to debuff him if you're doing PvE content. So he should be immune, of course, to debuffs if you're going to be, or debuffs, immune to guard breaking if you're going to be using him in Shadowland. And then as you can see, the invincibility on his 5th skill lasts the full duration, so that is nice. And it looks like you even have about a second or two after the skill finishes where you still have the invincibility. Or I guess the damage immunity, not the invincibility. Actually, I didn't read that. Was it invincibility or just all damage immunity? I'll have to go back and look again. Pretty much the difference is for invincibility, you're going to not get guard broken when you're being attacked as long as you have that active. For just immune to all damage, you can still be guard broken, stunned, and those kind of things. Alright, so we should have our super armor back because we did switch out. As you can see, making use, he has those iframes now from the 2nd and 1st skill with the uniform, which is really nice. Well, there we go. We're able to cancel out that meteor drop there. So, Hulk, yeah, very, very easy clear there. He stayed at pretty much full health the entire time. Anytime you dip down even a little bit, we just pop that health right back, because that additional recovery rate, we just go right back up to full. So, yeah, he's definitely got a lot of survivability with the change to his passive there. I mean, his passive before still kept him alive quite well, but now he's going to be even tougher to kill. So I'm quite happy to add him to my tier 2 roster. Just makes him that much more of a beast with this uniform. So definitely a very good option and very strong option now for a tier 2. So that is going to be my thoughts on Hulk here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course I will catch you in the next one.